Beginning the challenge. The arena lights glowed a deep ultraviolet, illuminating the carved stone pillars and the metallic sands that shimmered like liquid silver. The crowd roared in anticipation, 1,000 alien voices echoing inside the circular chamber. They weren't here for a war. They were here for a spectacle. And I, Elias Ward, a human engineer from Earth, had unknowingly stepped straight into it. I wasn't supposed to be standing inside the Taran Royal Combat Pit, barefoot on cold metal, staring at an 8-foot warrior woman whose eyes blazed with excitement. Her name was General Serena Kaetal, commander of the Queen's elite forces, champion of 7-star systems, and the most admired and feared fighter in the Empire. And I was just a human trying to fix a malfunctioning Royal Star engine. But apparently, I made the mistake of insulting her. Or rather, she chose to take it as an insult. It started with one harmless line I muttered while repairing the ship's internal regulator. Honestly, this design is primitive. I didn't mean anything. I was talking about the engine. But the moment the words left my mouth, silence fell. The warriors around stopped sharpening their weapons. The guards stiffened. And Serena Kaetal herself spun around, her silver-striped tail rising behind her like a spear. "What did you call me, human?" she asked, her voice smooth and deadly. I meant the engine, not you." But the damage was done. Her pupils narrowed with amusement. "A challenge, then?" No challenge." She raised a hand, silencing me and the entire room. "If you defeat me in combat," she purred, "I will give you anything you desire." She leaned closer, her breath warm against my ear. "Anything." The room erupted in gasps. I froze, wide-eyed. Then she smiled that slow, dangerous smile that warriors wore before slicing someone in half. "But if I win," she continued, "you will kneel before me and admit my supremacy." The warriors roared their approval. I was trapped. "Or," she added, almost casually, "you may choose the additional reward." "What reward?" I asked suspiciously. Her voice dropped to a sultry growl. "Beat me, human, and I'm yours tonight." The room exploded. The warriors shouted, eager, scandalized, delighted. I turned bright red. I wasn't, that's not," I stammered. Serena leaned in, tilting her head. "What? Afraid you cannot win?" I swallowed. Yes. But something stubborn flared inside me. Something deep, human, and stupid. I squared my shoulders. Fine. I accept. That was how I, a human engineer, ended up fighting a galactic general who could bench press a shuttle. The fight no one expected. The moment the gong sounded, the warriors surrounding us stomped their feet rhythmically, building a pulse through the floor. Serena circled me like a predator. Her armor was minimal, only a chest plate and braces, revealing the lithe, powerful structure of her muscles. She was taller, stronger, and faster than me in every way. "How shall we do this?" she asked. "Shall I finish it quickly? Or make it entertaining?" I pick the option where I stay alive. She grinned. "Then entertain me." She lunged. She moved like lightning, blinding, graceful, terrifying. Her foot slammed down where my head had been a moment earlier, leaving a dent in solid metal. I scrambled back, panting. She laughed. "You humans are amusing. I'm happy to amuse you from a safe distance." I shot back. Another rush. This time, I ducked, her palm whistling over my skull. The crowd roared as she spun, tail slicing the air like a whip. "For an engineer," she said, "you dodge well." "For a warrior," I shot back, "you talk a lot." Her eyes flared with excitement. "Good. Fight back." She rushed again. But something strange happened. I started recognizing her patterns. She was fast, but predictable in her confidence. Every move was a commitment, powerful but leaving openings. I wasn't a fighter, but I knew physics. She swung an arm. I ducked and used her momentum to shove her forward. She stumbled, not much, just an inch. But the crowd gasped. A human had moved their champion. Serena turned, eyes blazing. Oh, I will enjoy this. She attacked harder. Kicks like hammers. Strikes like spears. Dodging became nearly impossible. One hit grazed my ribs, sending pain shooting through my side. Then she swept my legs. I slammed onto the floor. The room blurred. Serena stepped over me, triumphant, raising her arm for the finishing blow. The crowd hushed. She wanted me to yield. She wanted the victory. And she expected it. But I wasn't done. As she leaned in to pin me, I twisted, grabbing her wrist. Using her own downward force, I pivoted, rolling and flipping her over my shoulder, something I learned in basic human self-defense. The ground thundered as she crashed to her back. The entire arena went silent. Serena blinked up at the ceiling, stunned. I was breathing hard, heart pounding, half expecting her to kill me. But then, she laughed. A deep, delighted laugh. She kipped up in one smooth motion, tail swishing wildly. Again, she demanded. You're insane. Again. This time, when she lunged, I anticipated it. I sidestepped, grabbed her arm, anchored my foot, and used her momentum to throw her again. She hit the floor harder. The crowd roared with disbelief. Serena rose slowly, breathing heavier, eyes glowing with something beyond excitement, respect. No human, she said softly, has ever thrown me. I wiped sweat from my brow. First time for everything. She smiled. And for the first time, she attacked seriously. Her movements sharpened, precise, lethal. She wasn't playing anymore. She was testing me, truly testing me. She feinted left, struck right. I dodged barely. Her tail nearly caught my ankle. She swept low, I jumped. She slammed a fist where I'd been standing, cracking the metal. The crowd was on their feet, screaming. And then, I saw it. A tiny opening. She lifted her arm for a strike, exposing her center of gravity. I moved instinctively, stepped in close, and swept her leg the moment her balance shifted. She fell. I landed on top of her, pinning her shoulders before she could kick me away. A hush fell. I had her. She knew it. I knew it. After several seconds, she exhaled. I yield. The warriors erupted in disbelief, shouting, stamping, growling. I slowly let her up. She sat, staring at me as if I were some rare star beast never seen before. Then she leaned in close, her voice low and smoky. No human was meant to defeat me, she murmured. And yet, you did. Her pupils dilated. And you know the promise. I flushed. It was your challenge, not mine. She tilted her head. Do you claim victory? I guess I have to. She smiled, slow, dangerous, undeniably thrilled. Then tonight, she whispered, you are mine. The crowd exploded in wild cheers. Middle part 2, her private quarters. The palace halls were dim and glowing with blue crystal veins as Serena escorted me through the upper chambers, guards bowing as we passed. Are you nervous, human? She teased. A little, I admitted. Good. She smirked. Courage tastes sweeter when it trembles first. Her quarters were enormous warrior trophies, ancient swords, silken bedding, and hovering lanterns filled the room. She closed the door. Then all the bravado faded. She stepped closer, surprisingly gentle. You showed me something no warrior has shown me in years. What's that? I asked softly. That I can still be surprised. She traced a claw lightly across my arm, not enough to hurt, just enough to tingle. You fought with spirit. With wit. With heart. I expected to break you. She paused. Instead, you shook me. I swallowed. Serena, are you sure about this? She looked genuinely amused. You think I offer what I do not wish to give? No, but... She placed a hand on my chest. You won the right. But the choice is yours. I blinked. Are you saying I can decline? Her expression softened, pride flickering with something vulnerable. Victory grants permission, not obligation. That was when I understood something deeper. This wasn't about claiming her. It was about earning her respect, something warriors of her culture rarely gave. And something they never gave to off-worlders. I took her hand gently. I didn't fight you for that, I said. I fought because you challenged my pride. She blinked, surprised. You do not claim the reward. I claim. I hesitated, then smiled, your friendship. Serena stared at me. Then, slowly, unexpectedly, she laughed. A small, warm laugh. You are a strange human, she said softly. She leaned her forehead against mine. And yet, I think I prefer you this way. The night wasn't what anyone in the arena imagined. We sat for hours, talking. She told me of battles, lost comrades, victories that tasted hollow, and enemies she respected more than allies. I told her of Earth, quiet nights, and how small humans felt under the stars. And somewhere in those hours, something shifted. The general stopped being a myth. She became a woman, fierce, proud, lonely, and curious. And she looked at me as if I were a puzzle she wanted to solve. Ending the unexpected decision. The next morning, the Queen herself summoned us. Queen Zevra Kaetal stood tall and majestic on her crystalline throne, studying us with amused eyes. General Serena, she said, word has spread quickly. You offered a unique reward. Serena stiffened. It was a warrior agreement. And the human defeated you. Serena nodded once, reluctantly. The Queen's golden eyes shifted to me. You did not claim your prize. No, Your Majesty. She smiled knowingly. And instead gained the loyalty of my strongest commander. An interesting choice. Serena glanced at me, jaw tight with pride. Queen Zevra rose from her throne. You surprised my people, human, she said. You surprised me. Very few warriors have ever seen Serena fall. Her tone softened. And fewer still are offered her companionship. Serena's ears twitched. Mother. Hush, the Queen said gently. I approve. Both of us blinked. You approve, what? I asked carefully. The bond forming between you. She stepped closer. And I encourage it. My heart skipped. Serena froze. I did not, I began. But the Queen smiled. You may take your time. But understand this, in our culture, defeating a commander is equivalent to a courtship declaration. What? I choked. Serena whipped her head toward the Queen. Mother. The Queen laughed softly. You issued the challenge, daughter. Did you not think it through? Serena's cheeks flushed a deep violet. She looked away, muttering, I did not expect him to win. The Queen gently touched my shoulder. Think well, human. You have stirred a warrior's heart. Such things are not easily undone. Her words hung in the air. When we left the throne room, Serena walked beside me in silence until we reached a balcony overlooking the glowing city. Finally, she spoke. In our culture, you now have the right to court me. I stared. And do you want that? Her answer was immediate. Yes. Soft, certain, honest. I want to know you, she said quietly. Not as my victor. Not as my equal. As the human who surprised me. I exhaled slowly. You know. I think I want that too. She smiled a real smile, gentle and brilliant. She extended her hand. Then let us start, slowly. I took it. The crowd from last night had no idea. The story they told was about a human who won a warrior's body. But reality. A human had won a warrior's respect, her loyalty, and slowly her heart. And no one in the galaxy expected that.